The academic leadership, which is, there are various options of academic leadership, instructional leadership, operational leadership, the strategic leadership, there's so many things. Then the para-academic leadership and the leadership in non-academic matters. We have to play all the three roles. And our educational leaders should be both professional and as well as entrepreneurial. I was reading the Mahabharata the other day. I'm taking example because I read Mahabharata very thoroughly. And I looked into the various important characters, the characteristic they had, which is even so relevant today for our educational leadership. We look into the various important characters, whether it's the Krishna or the Yudhishthira or the Bhishma or even the Arjuna. And I have mentioned some of these characteristics. And you look into that, so relevant today. Lessons from Mahabharata. Artfulness, kaushalatmakta. Yes, our leaders should be intellectual as well as visionary. Must have a vision of an artist. That is called kaushalatmakta, not chaturta. Artfulness has both the meanings in English to Hindi dictionary. I am asking about the kaushalatmakta. The artfulness, diplomacy, kutnitikta. Yes, you are running a coalition government in your school. You have to be a politician. Yes, involving the core people, the beautiful people whom you expect much, and simultaneously engaging the demons. You cannot hire and fire policy. You have to engage the demons also. So you need to have that kutnitikta, that diplomacy. The chart tenets, act, fact, act, tact, contact. I'm not elaborating those, the simply. That you need to have tact. That good. Okay. Allegiance. Yes, nishtha. I often ask the principals or the teachers, what is your OTP? The teachers told us, sir, I don't have any number. I'm not asking any number. OTP stands for, O stands for ownership. T is the teamwork. And P is the passion. Teamwork, yes. You cannot achieve it alone. In any case, you are lonely at the top. Let us take somewhat along with you to achieve something very important in life. So that is the nishtha I'm talking of. Diligence, parishram, yes. Organizational recovery is not a painless process. You have to travel extra mile to achieve your goal. The diligence. All these characters, Mahabharata, you look into those, all are so relevant even today. Sacrifice, tyag, yes. Educational leaders give up to go up. And this sacrifice is not a one-time investment. It is an ongoing process. Goes on every academic session. That sacrifice, I think our leaders, detachedness, anashakti. Yes, you do your work. You have the inspiration, you have the aspiration, you have the perspiration, you do also introspection, but at the end of a day, you resign to the higher will. Do your good work and you will be appropriately rewarded. That is a detachedness. Fair-mindedness, nishpakshata. You cannot have strong liking or disliking with any individual. That's why I'm saying you need to be professional. So that fair-mindedness, and of course the yes, sagacity, that buddhi matta. Yes, that educational leader should have the sagacity. So relevant today even, all these qualities we need to have. But then one may ask, sir, what are you talking? It has been asked to me, what are you talking, sir? We are also human beings. We have the achievement task. We have to have maintenance tasks. But you are asking me not to have any enjoyment task. If that happens, then I told them about the various famous couplet of R.W. Emerson. Yes, for everything you have missed, you have gained something else. And for everything you gain, you lose something. That is what we call the tragedy of life or the comedy of life. That happens. Okay. So, unless and until there is a systemic reform and the belief in you that change is possible. I think you have read the 7 habits of highly effective people. Stephen Covey, where the change is possible. So unless and until there's a systemic reform and the belief in you that change is possible, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to move unless and until you make the move first. You cannot win a game that you even do not play. So you have to have that transformative mindset and not the reformist mindset. We are very, very good in reforming the things, cut and paste policy. What we are telling is a transformative mindset that we need actually. And an winning attitude in you, yes. And winning attitude in you is required. You have to travel extra mile to achieve your goal, because organizational recovery is not a painless process. And the famous line of Peter Drucker, you are all aware of this thing, the winners of the 21st century will be those who can transform their organization into something that resembles a Jeep, not a BMW, not an Audi, not a Mercedes, an all-wheel vehicle, all-terrain vehicle that is lean, mean, and highly maneuverable. So apt to the present scenario. So I'm talking about this system, that system reform. Education 1.0, and then the education 2.0, and then the education 3.0. We have to make a quantum jump from 1.0 to 3.0 level. Now asking can we adopt and transform? This you said that what was we are having. That the education 1.0 is the 19th century, 20th century mindset, 100 years back. Education 2.0 is almost when the 21st century started. These things came into being: curriculum excellence, great teachers, outstanding leadership. And then the education 3.0, where we need to ensure the 21st century learning through 21st century pedagogy, using the technology and all such things. I am further elaborating the education 3.0. This is further elaboration to that, where the curriculum, the personalized, the content part, practice, how they need to practice, how they need to explore, then assessment, step-level assessment, analysis. This is about the holistic transformation. That is education 3.0 level. I'm not talking about the education 4.0 level. Let me reach to the industry 4.0 first. So the challenge of world of artificial intelligence. Yes, the world of artificial intelligence has almost reached to our door. With AI being explored, it will have a huge impact in the education sector. It will really hugely impact. We're already gradually getting used to machine learning, using the text and the videos. We're already using that. Now with virtual reality and augmented reality in place, it will be possible to create virtual classrooms and virtual laboratories. It is possible to create. Even right now, the students are having the homeschooling. Many startups are already using it to build apps for education. Now, empowered by AI, students can build their own robot teachers for their learning as well as navigate lifelong learning. The situation is very, very scary, very, very confused. But I still do believe that there is no replacement to face-to-face interaction for at least another 10 years. Because it is not the academic skills that is required in a globalized world. We need to have the social and interpersonal skills, which can only happen when you learn in groups. We can have the best of infrastructure. We can have the best of technology in place. Unless and until there is a human connect, the learning cannot be complete. We cannot ensure the quality education. But then our head must think ahead. Be ready to come out from their comfort zones. Continuously create new benchmarking of excellence. Yes, provide our teachers are professionally updated regularly, and also put back to school program periodically. Yes, I'm using a new term, back to school program for our teachers, at least once in 3 months. So, change your thoughts to change your world. Yes, change your thoughts to change. You need to approach your life with the mind of a beginner. I'm asking a very, 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 very drastic thing. You need to approach your life with the mind of a beginner rather than an expert, no matter what your age, experience, or positions. Then only you can be a learning individual and always be in a learning mode. You know that in order to lead, you have to be a good learner. And when the schools have good leaders, they become leading schools. These are important aspects actually. But to train our mind to see the things as a beginner is not that easy, because habits are very powerful, but we need to work on it. These are some of the slides which you can have it. I have already given these things. And building pathways for excellence, yes, is not instantaneous. It is a continuous process. We need to have that amount of perseverance, persistence, and the patience. It may not happen just tomorrow. I'm not expecting that from going from this place, you have learned from some of the big wigs from the education world. And I'm not saying that all the things will be implemented from tomorrow. But can we take an atomic vow that we will have this only one input to be implemented in our school from tomorrow? There are 40 odd principles. There will be 40 atomic vows. I'm confident this will create a subsequent chain reaction further. So the closing thought, the principal is the key leader for adopting and sustaining changes in schools. So take small step daily. That's what I'm saying. Take small step daily. With each step, you will gain momentum. And with consistency, you will have the acceleration to cross the finishing line before you actually realize it. So I'm asking you, take only 4 small steps to begin with. What are the 4 small steps? Look into the content. Yes, please look into the content, at least from classes 5 to class 9. Revisit them. Remove obsolescence of knowledge. There's no need to have the bag load or the transactional load, and include latest knowledge inputs. Build a core committee and find out those and integrate into the science curriculum, social science curriculum, into the language, even into the mathematics curriculum also as an interdisciplinary approach. Look into the content. Look into your people. Most important is the teachers.